Hi there, Cancer. Welcome to a love reading for May 2024. It's Raina here. So, somebody asked me recently if I was planning on doing love readings again, and I actually did. Here and there, I do them, but I haven't been doing them consistently. So, I was already planning to, so that just gave me more of a nudge. So, I'm just going to do a 4 card spread, and we'll see what themes emerge from this. This has been kind of my go-to deck lately. It's called the Modern Witches Tarot, or Witch Tarot. So, and oh yeah, it's important to note this is for people who are single as well as coupled. If you are coupled, this is meant for relationships that are challenged. And certainly there have been, I'm sure, a fair share of Cancer relationships that have been challenged or even dissolved altogether because of Pluto going through that house as well as Saturn before it. And, you know, especially with a sign like Cancer, I wouldn't be surprised if there might be some Cancer individuals who are watching who have a decent relationship. It might not be perfect, but it's like, okay. And you have to catch yourself and ask yourself, why are you doing that? Because you might be afraid of something that is going to happen in the future because you're, you know, oriented to worry about things. And that could lead to um, self-fulfilling prophecy, you know? So really question why you would do that. But of course, you know, thank you for the hit because every little bit helps, right? Okay, so it doesn't matter where I start. All these are, there's no timeline here, but I'll just start from the left. So the Two of Wands, for some people, there may be even like another person in the picture. And if we look at it in terms of wands specifically, it can even be a situation where um, it's like physical attraction or something more passionate, romantic. If you're with someone who, a Cancer person may be attracted, for instance, to an earth sign. This is fire energy. And regardless of the actual person's sign, but their personality type. And yeah, like the Ten of Pentacles. And I really need to look this up because I keep saying I think this is Capricorn, but it's, you see the family kind of a vibe attached to it. I think that has to do with the number 10. But in any case, it really can be this thing of the the security needs, you know, like financial can be Pentacles. But the other thing about the Ten of Pentacles is this idea of money. So if somebody is in a bad, like a troubled relationship, and they want to get out of it because they know that it's probably a dead end, um, you may be concerned about something that's very practical, like how am I going to support myself, or will I be able to um, have a life that I'm accustomed to? Those kinds of issues can really play into things sometimes. So, yeah, I'm trying to make this lighter. I don't have the overhead light on, so we'll see. It doesn't, I guess it doesn't matter. So, also, it could just be, yeah, I think that in terms of the Two of Wands, whether or not another person's in the picture, it could just be that you're thinking of leaving if you're with someone else. In terms of singles and these cards, you might be a career person, and even though you want a a partner, you might be very connected to your work, and it makes it harder to decide. Two wands can be about career, and Ten of Pentacles, making a lot of money. I don't know. For some people, that might be the case. Now, let's talk about these other cards. We have here the Tower card, which I always associate with the eclipses of things that might have been happening or possibly to come. The Tower card is about like something major, like a major shift in some cases, which goes along with what eclipses can represent too. And what this can mean is we've had a couple of eclipses recently. One of them was in your fourth house of home and family in the sign of Libra. It was a lunar eclipse, so that could have been like something coming out very dramatically that was hidden, coming into the surface. Might be an abrupt ending, with your home life. Um, and I would say too for Cancer people, like if you are a career oriented person and you're single and, the Two of Wands, like you've been given an offer, and this, who knows, maybe this will be actually in May to relocate somewhere far away for your work because by the way, the solar eclipse was in Aries earlier in April, and that was in your 10th house of career. So that could create a lot of opportunities for you to experience advancement in your career. But what might be happening is you might be asked to relocate, and it might be in a different country far away. And for multiple reasons, even if you're single and you don't have children and you don't have that kind of like obligation or anything like that, you still might be like, oh, I don't know if I want to live so far, because you're very, you know, connected to your homeland. It's very important to you. But also, maybe it's something that feels kind of daunting, but you never know if that's where you meet your soulmate. People have certainly traveled, whether it's for their, this could even be, I tend to say with the Two of Wands, I tend to say like career reasons, but if we look at it, if we broaden it, like maybe university, people can go to a different country and that's where they experience a lot of their blessings, because that's where they met their significant other. That's where they met some of their best friends and they had success career wise. If they had never left, maybe they would have never, well, they certainly would have never met those people, but then the other things that went along with it that were positive. So remember that. And then we have the Ten of Wands. This is a card in one of my tarot books. It's called The Burdens of Success. So again, wands can be career, but you see she's hunched over and it shows that sense of obligation. So it could be a single person who's working hard, very hard. Remember that in terms of your overall intentions or goals. Maybe now isn't the right time for you to be thinking about love because you do have so much on your plate. But if you're a woman, I could see like a Cancer woman who also happens to have a career and saying, oh, I can't find anyone, and forgetting to mention that they work 60 hours a week. So you're going to have to accommodate your need for a private life if you want to make that happen. You have to look at that. If you also, another thing too is the Tower card could be a release. So if you're in a difficult relationship, it could be that Tower card, that maybe like an eclipse or some other very dramatic situation releases you from a bad marriage. And you don't have to be the bad guy. You don't have to be the one that is, looking like you're so disloyal. Maybe that other person kind of springs this on you, but that's the thing about human beings. It's like they can be suffering in a relationship, and then if the other person ends the relationship, then they're like, hey, wait a second, what are you doing? So if somebody were to do that and you're already suffering, the best thing you can do is just like be like magnanimous about it and think, thank God I dodged that bullet. I don't have to deal with that anymore. But the Ten of Wands sometimes can be the person who clings to a situation. If you find out something in May that is very, you could say upsetting, but just kind of like shocking in, your relationship, are you going to automatically go into damage control mode? The Ten of Wands to me in relationships is somebody who always, is the, oh, what do they call that? Doing the heavy lifting in the relationship. To me, that's a form of codependence. It's what you're doing is you're trying to keep the relationship afloat by doing everything you can. But the if you want to look at it from an energetic standpoint, it really speaks to the idea of you are responsible for this relationship. And it takes two, obviously. It's not all one person's responsibility. So keep that in mind, even if you're single Cancer. If you meet someone, and you exchange phone numbers, are you calling them, back twice? Or if that person says, I'll call you, do you end up taking the initiative and calling them instead of waiting since they said they were going to do that, and kind of forcing them to show whether they're interested? That takes great restraint for a Cancer because your first impulse, being a cardinal sign, is to do something about it. And also maybe wanting that relationship, you're feeling kind of aggressive, but it's not about playing games. It's about honoring another person's timing and also not needing something so quickly, you know, being okay on your own. So I want to put it out there like that. I mean, I think that in terms of relationships, in terms of how things are going, there have been a lot of triggers to the area of the people who are single in the fifth house, with Scorpio being your fifth house. So it might be, if you meet somebody in 6 months from now, maybe this is a time of more um, dealing with career matters or dealing with current entanglements more than it is with new love. I mean, it's going to depend on the individual, obviously. But yeah, that's what I have for you. I hope that this resonated. I have um, personal love readings, if you're interested, that are based on your natal chart, which I actually think is more accurate because it's going to be targeted to your particular signature, your cosmic blueprint. But also, I do a little mini tarot spread at the end. And I also have natal chart interpretations and transit readings, career readings. You can find out more information at the link below. Thanks for watching, Cancer. Bye.